welcome back to my channel. My name is Jayla Mitchell, also known as NaturalReign, and if you are new here, there are two things that I need you to do. The first one is subscribe, and the second one is click that notification bell so you don't miss my new uploads. So today I'm going to be talking about natural hair mistakes that I made that stunted my hair growth. One mistake I made was going to a hairstylist. Now, not all hairstylists are bad, but mine was bad. She was not good. She didn't know much about natural hair, and all of her clients pretty much had a perm, or they wore their natural hair, but they always came to her to get their hair straightened. So they didn't care about heat damage or anything like that. And me personally, I wanted my curls, but at a certain point I had just convinced myself that this is what my natural hair looks like. I thought the heat damage and all of that stuff was normal, and that was just my curl pattern. Whatever the heck that was. It was stringy and just not like it is today at all. And then I guess kind of like piggybacking off of that, the second thing is I would straighten my hair every 2 weeks, y'all. Every 2 weeks. Can you even imagine? I haven't straightened my hair in almost 2 years now. Like, I'm doing that, but every 2 weeks was the routine. The only time my hair was not straight was when it was being shampooed and conditioned for it to be straightened again. It was bad. I had an obsession. I needed it. I needed the heat. And you know it's bad when you have convinced yourself that this is what your hair should look like. Like when it's curly, if it's limp, that's just your natural curl pattern. That was my fault. That was my bad. I mean, my hairstylist didn't help. She didn't really help me at all. I think she really just wanted to collect the coin. So I used to go to her every 2 weeks religiously to get my hair straightened and fried. So the next natural hair mistake I made was using those ponytail holders with the metal on it. The one that pulls out your hair. That was breakage city and not worth it. And half the time, those ponytail holders weren't big enough to fit on my hair anyway, but here I go using them, trying to make something that don't fit work and pulling out my hair in the process. Like I cannot. So now I use scrunchies and I use pantyhose. Those are like my hair ties. And they work, and I don't lose no hair just because I want to put my hair in a ponytail today. Like, why should I have to sacrifice my hair? Because I want my hair to be out of my face? Wild. So the next one is I didn't do protein treatments, mostly because, and I'm being honest here, I didn't know what a protein treatment was. You can't do something you don't know about. And turns out I have high porosity hair, so protein treatments are pretty much vital for my hair. I can't speak for everybody, but for me, protein treatments go crazy, dumb, and stupid. It's definitely the right move for my hair, but I didn't know about it. I had no clue, but you know, the more you know. And honestly, I think I started doing protein treatments maybe about 3 years ago. So there's that. And honestly, hair health, going crazy, all that stuff. So strengthen that hair so it can grow. Oh, and if you're wondering, I use the Apogee 2-step treatment. That's what I use. And that works wonders, but I only use it, I mean, whenever my hair is just telling me like, girl, you've been doing too much manipulation. You dye your hair too much, you're doing something. Protein treatment, boom. Another mistake that I made is I did not cater my hair routine to my hair's porosity. Like I said, I have high porosity hair, and it needs moisture. Just as quick as it gains the moisture, it loses it. So you have to moisturize. And knowing that was a key step, a vital step in my hair growing longer and flourishing, because I was giving my hair what it needs. If you don't know what your hair needs, then you can't do that. If you do know what your hair needs, then you could level up. And that's exactly what I did. I found the steps that it took to get me to where I wanted to be, and I stuck to it. I kept the routine. Okay, so y'all, in the beginning, I was definitely guilty of this. I would buy cheap products because I thought I'd be saving a coin, which was true. I was saving a coin, but those cheaper products a lot of the time had really poor ingredients and my hair didn't like it. Now, all cheap products are not created equal. Some cheap products are bangers, like 10 out of 10 recommend. But the ones I was using, I would not recommend. They were drying out my hair. Like, what's the point of adding moisture to your hair for it to be dried out? You might as well just leave it the way it was before. Like, it wasn't adding up. But for me, I'm like, I got all these products. I get to be a full product junkie. Try this one day, try this the next day, and none of it was really working. So it was when I decided to go ahead and try those more expensive products with, might I add, ingredients that my hair enjoys, that I started to notice a difference. Because you can try to moisturize all day long, and if you're failing, and you're not tricking anybody, especially not your hair. Okay, this is also stuff that I used to do in the past, and I'm not proud, okay? Don't flame me for this. But I used to wash my hair every 2 weeks. Shocker, I know. When I had heat damage and I had gotten to the point that I realized I had heat damage, I would do flexi rod sets all the time, no joke. I went from straightening my hair every 2 weeks to constant flexi rod sets. I will wash my hair and flexi rod it so it can all look like one pattern. Now, flexi rods take time. Now, mind you, I didn't have as much hair as I have now, but flexi rods take time. So I would stretch that bad boy for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'd rod my hair up, and then when it got a little dingy, probably in like 5 days, it's bun time. My hair was screaming, sis, if you don't do nothing else, moisturize me. And I couldn't even do that. You can't have long hair, or you probably won't have long, healthy hair if your hair is not moisturized on a continuous basis. Number 8, that's something I get comments about. Y'all be like, are you doing too much to your hair? You dye your hair a lot. I do dye my hair a lot, but I make sure that my hair is the healthiest it can possibly be so that it can take that hair dye. But in the past, I didn't do that. No, I didn't. I dyed my hair way too much. So, to give you a little rundown, I dyed my hair with blonde highlights when I had dark brown hair, just some blonde highlights, little peekaboo, you know. Second, I'm like, that's not enough. I need more pizzazz. I walk through the door, people look at me, you know? So I did number 2, I went blonde all over. I did it. Yes, I did. Like black people blonde, right? And then I was like, oh, it's time to stunt on them. You gotta do it, you gotta stunt on them. So you know what I did? Can you take a guess? Can you take a guess? I dyed my hair again. I added some more blonde highlights because the highlights were never really enough. I don't do anything halfway. This was no exception. I did some more highlights, but here's the kicker. Here's the thing that really got me in my hair and why it broke off like crazy. I did all of that, the 3 dyeing sessions, within a month. That is not healthy for anybody. Let alone me when I'm already straightening my hair every 2 weeks. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. Next. So the next natural hair mistake is something that I still struggle with today, and that is trimming my hair too much. Like, I don't trim often, but when I do, I go crazy, dumb, and stupid. Like I said, I don't do anything halfway. So if I see it, I'm coming for it and I'm snipping. But I really trim my hair maybe like twice a year. That's pretty decent, but I think I cut too much off when I do trim because I'm like, you're only doing this twice a year. So you can't slack on this, right? Make sure you get everything. And sometimes I think my hair would be a lot longer if I didn't go so crazy. But I just love like a blunt, healthy, and of course, like health over length all day long. But sometimes I think I cut some healthy hair. To do better, I could just start trimming my hair more often so that I don't feel so inclined to cut so much of my hair off. It's a simple fix, but also lazy. Me, I'm lazy. I stretch my hair to trim it, so I gotta stretch it, and then I gotta take the little sections, and so I can only convince myself to do that twice a year. But the day, and I mean the second, I convince myself to do it more than twice a year, that's a good day. I'm winning. Interesting little side story. One time I was trimming my hair, and this was back when I was figuring out how to trim my hair. I was very new to it. I just knew I didn't want that stylist that messed me up in the first place to continue to do my hair because it wasn't growing. I took things and matters into my own hands as I normally do. And there was a little period before my hair started to flourish because I had to figure out what the heck I was doing. I was so confused. More confused than confused. And I felt alone and like nobody knew what I was going through and nobody could help me. Okay, so I was trimming my hair like I normally do, or I mean, this was a very new thing. So maybe this might have been the second time I had ever trimmed my hair myself. And one of the hairs got caught, like the longer hairs that wasn't supposed to be trimmed got caught. And I ended up cutting it off. So I think I probably cut about maybe 5 or 6 inches off by accident. Okay, so I don't want to discourage you guys from trimming your own hair. It only happened once, but to this day, I still have that section. If you see the section in the front of my head, I'm gonna show y'all. If you see the section in the front of my head and you think it's breakage, think again. That was the little part that I clipped. And of course it had to be in the front of my head, like, come on. It couldn't have been in the back where nobody can see it. It had to be disrespectful. So this is the one that I cut. Now this was a while ago, like definitely over a year ago. So I know you're like, oh, it's not even that short. But this is where my hair was. So I did end up chopping off a really decent amount of hair, but it's not really as noticeable and as bad as it used to be. Like, I'm not tripping, but like, it was a thing. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys this, but it's a thing. It wasn't breakage. It's the freaking trimming that got me. You can't do things when you're lazy and when you're tired. That's a little add-on right there. Don't do things when you're lazy and when you're tired because you will mess them up. Okay, y'all, so I just fixed my hair, or tried to fix my hair, and if anything is out of place, please don't judge me, you know? Please don't. I tried. You know when you take your curls where they wasn't ready to go, they don't want to get back in formation, but it's cool. It's cool. So the last thing is I didn't sleep with a bonnet all the time, or even relatively close to all the time. Not even half the time. I wouldn't even say 25% if you're a percentage type of person. I was trash with that. And my hair paid for it, because when you don't sleep with protection, sleep with protection. But when you don't sleep or you don't have anything covering your hair, friction is the devil, because friction leads to breakage. I don't know why I'm so happy. You shouldn't be happy about that. That is not something to sing about. It leads to breakage, so don't do it. Make it a habit to keep your hair protected while you sleep, because you want to keep your hair protected when you're awake, right? So why would you want to spend like 8 hours with unprotected hair? You feel me? So actually the bonnet that I use that goes stupid, dumb, and crazy is this Glow by Day bonnet. First off, love the color, has a drawstring so it doesn't fall off, and like I've been rocking with them since 5 ever. If you're new here, that's pretty much the only reason why you wouldn't know that I really mess with these bonnets. So I'll have it linked down below for you guys, but that bad boy don't move. It don't budge. I go to sleep with it on my head. I wake up with it where? On my head. And also it's big enough to fit all my hair in it, so it's really freaking lit. I say all this to say, like I talked about all the natural hair mistakes that I made, to say that there is hope. I messed up my hair so many times, but what is my hair doing right now? It's flourishing. My hair is the longest it has ever been. So you can make all those mistakes. You can do a second big chop, a third big chop, and still make it out on top. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.